So when you sell a property, what is the marketing plan?
Well, we have three different circles of real estate. We have residential, land, and commercial, and so marketing plans are specific to those three types of properties. We have for almost all those, we have hundreds of different websites that they'll go on, and so we have our MLS data entry, and then it's an RSS feed to multiple other sites. Then we have some specific paid for sites where if it's land, we have like Land Watch. If it's commercial, we put it on LoopNet. If it was homes with acreage, we put it on Farms and Ranch. And so there are some specific websites that we pay for in addition to the regular MLS auto feeds. We do a mailer campaign. We let the adjoiners know that your property is about to be listed. Then we do a just listed postcard. So everybody in the neighborhood knows that the property's just been listed. We do signage, and we have our company website, and that lists all our inventory. And then we do brochures at the property. And then we do marketing specific for the firm. But comprehensive marketing plan, we tweak it a little bit, but those were the three different areas.
What about printed media?
So that's still a tough one to unlearn. When we first started in the business, we did a lot of advertising in the local newspaper. And then that evolved into real estate magazines like Homes and Land. And we used to do some Wall Street Journal classifieds, some New York Times classifieds, and some Raleigh News and Observer classifieds. Very, very expensive. And you just weren't getting the bang for the buck like you would with internet leads. So we do very, very little printed media right now. It's just not an effective way of spending the company dollar.
Yeah, I didn't even know people that there was printed media.
You still see it in the newspapers, but that's just one of the things I think is a waste of money right now.
Yeah, I haven't read a newspaper in ages. So what about an agent that has a lot of listings?
So not to make fun of the new agents that are just getting into this, and not to take anything away from them, but one of the things that a new agent will say is, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you are so lucky because I only have one listing. I'm going to spend all my time on just your listing. But in the age of internet right now, you are much, much better off and going with an agent that has a sizable inventory. And the reason for that is because of the weight that the repetition of the company name and the agent's name throughout the internet increases your viewability on the internet of your listing. Not only that, if somebody looks up one of my listings on Zillow, which is by far one of the most widely seen websites right now, they click on another one of my listings, and then they click onto my website, and they say, see Eric's other listings. Well, now you're getting an additional hit that you would not have normally gotten. So I think it's very important to have an agent that has more than one. It actually increases the chances of your listing getting more activity. Not only that, some agents are lazy, and when I have another agent from Cary look at one of my listings, they're like, gosh, Eric, this was good, it was close, do you have anything else that might be similar? That's my opportunity to advertise for you again. So I think it's important to go with an agent that has more than one.
What about social media?
Yeah, that could go in our myth category again. I've been fortunate to have a lot of trainings on social media right now. Social media is not going to sell your listing directly. So most of us
I've never gone to Twitter to look for a house.
right, exactly. You're not going to go to Twitter to look for a house. And I think that's hugely important.
And Facebook just changed not even 24 hours ago, so businesses stuff is not even seen at all anymore.
Well, and so one of the things that agents used to do is they had 500 to 1,000 friends on Facebook, and they'd say just listed, and they would do these beautiful Facebook campaigns and everything to feature a home. But we only want to see things on Facebook that we want to see, and so a lot of people would just either block this agent completely or block other ads or other stories similar to this. So people weren't getting what they wanted from that. Now, when an agent on Facebook says, I just went to the downtown street festival and I had a great time, that actually is an effective use of social media, because they're like, oh, well, Eric Andrews is a real person because he went to the same downtown event that I went to. And so that helps you, but it doesn't help it helps the agent. It doesn't help the specific listing. Like you said, you're not going to look for listings on Twitter. But if we said, we're really excited about the new Chick-fil-A that's coming to Pittsboro, which there is no Chick-fil-A coming to Pittsboro right now, but if there was, it'd be really exciting to put on Twitter.
Right.
That helps as far as top of the mind awareness, because people are like, oh my gosh, Eric Andrews knows when Chick-fil-A is coming to Pittsboro. I don't. I wish I did. But and then I think the same is true for Instagram. Pinterest, I don't have any idea what Pinterest does. LinkedIn, I don't have a clue as to what LinkedIn does, but LinkedIn has sent me awards for having so many connections, but I've never sold any real estate through LinkedIn. So social media is not the be-all, end-all that everybody thinks it is as far as selling a specific piece of real estate.
What about SEO and showing up in Google search?
I mean, I think that's hugely important. I mean, there are a lot of things that are involved, and I'm sure have had a huge learning curve. I'm not comfortable doing YouTube videos, but I understand that helps the enhancement. That is getting my clients' properties out there. That's getting my name out there. We talked about attention deficit for the average person clicking on the internet. Think of how many times you do searches and how often you go to the second page. And, we fight to stay on that first page all the time. And so search engine optimization, I think, is hugely important. It's important for the firm, the agent, and eventually it's important for the individual listing.
So what about an agent that is marketing themselves?
So, I mean, you need to be aware of that. I won't mention any names, but my goodness, there is a prolific agent right now that's just killing it on TV. I mean, all channels. And their marketing plan is, if they don't sell it, they'll buy it themselves. There's really only one way to do that, and that is to price it below market value. I mean, we're going to have some hits or misses as far as pricing real estate. There's so much involved in factoring in what real estate will sell for. You really want to make sure that you hit that magic number, but I've underestimated being close to a highway, how that can affect a property, or no grass growing in the backyard, how that can affect a property. I mean, you just never know. And things that don't matter to you do matter to other people. So agents that market themselves, you have to wonder, they're just in it for themselves. There is the funnel effect. If I spend money on the firm, that will go to the agents. If I spend money on myself, that will go to the listings. But really, when you talk to a real estate agent, you want to know specifically what they're doing to market your property and not so much what they're doing to market themselves.